Well, welcome everyone. So we're just a few minutes past the hour now, so I'm going to start. So as you can see here, we have a title which is called 5 Shifts to Defy the Aging Process, Build Your Perfect Body and Revive Your Drive. This is, I'm really excited to share this with you. I know your time is valuable, so I'm going to do my best to give you the best value in the next 45 minutes. So you are left with actionable content, with some new belief shifts to go forward with your life in terms of your health and wellness anyway. So you'll know by now that this is really for men, and let me just move this. This is for men around the age of 40 plus who are experiencing a decline in their drive or quote unquote mojo, those who wish to eliminate illness and pain and avoid or stop continuous use of medications. Quick caveat here, I know that medications are really powerful in emergencies. We all know that. They can get us out of pain, get us out of trouble. I'd just like to share with you my perspective on where we should use them or where we shouldn't use them if we want to have a maximum kind of vitality. So this is about building your body that you're proud of. And when I say build your perfect body, everyone's ideal of their body is obviously different. So this is about building your perfect body. I want to help you discover the energy that you never knew you had. Something I find so fascinating is people that I've worked with for the last kind of 5 years now. Many men, particularly, say, "Is it usual for my energy to increase like this?" And some people say, "My energy's gone through the roof," and they got less fatigue. Some people just don't realize that they don't have the energy that is available to them because something's going on underneath the surface. So that's why I love the idea of discovering the energy you never knew you had, because you forgot that you had this energy, and it's like tapping into your own personal Duracell batteries. So this way you can free up your time to spend doing the things that you love with people that you love. So in the next 45 minutes, I'm going to be sharing with you how to eliminate fatigue and avoid that 3 p.m. slump or the mid-afternoon crash without getting jacked up on coffee or toxic stimulants. Also, I'm going to share with you how to burn fat, build muscle, and get that lean athletic body without spending hours in the gym. Who wants to do that anyway, or following crazy diet plans? No one likes a diet. The first 3 letters of that word suggest why maybe people don't like diets. How to reverse chronic illness like arthritis, skin condition, or type 2 diabetes, even if you think it's quote unquote, it's genetic. That's been out-proven for 95% of all illness now. Yes, we have a gene blueprint, but what we now know is something way more powerful about the body's ability to heal itself. So I'm also going to share with you how to soothe your creaking knees, any pain you may be having, aching hips, sore shoulders and elbows, or even reverse back pain 100% naturally. This is all about how to generate all-day energy and laser focus so you have the drive to create and deliver your best at work and live on purpose each day. So living on purpose is such a big thing. And I'm so blessed to be doing what I love. And many people are. It's just, if our body isn't in its best state, it's often harder to really kind of stay true to purpose and be our authentic selves. Because the body can rob us of that vitality, that energy that we need to focus into our lives. So how to get your libido back without resorting to help from that little blue pill. My promise to you is to deliver you a step-by-step strategy to defy the aging process, build your perfect body, and revive your drive. When I say defy the aging process, I can't obviously talk about anti-aging. That's not really a thing. You can slow down the aging process, but what I'm really focusing on here is reversing the accelerated aging process. Many people are aging way too fast because they have something going on in their body, which I'll come on to soon. Here's a clue. It's been dubbed inflammaging. So this is a condition which a lot of people have, and it's harming them in many ways. So let's grow old graciously, shall we? With grace and flow. House rules, a weird slide. I just thought I'd put this in here because it's better for me to say this. So if this is you, it's probably best not to stay here. But this is not for you if you want a quick fix. I'm not about quick fixes. I'm about helping the body to heal itself. And that doesn't happen overnight in most cases. This is not for you if you're happy to take a cocktail of harmful medications. we now know about the corruption in Western medicine, and maybe you may not know about the corruption in Western medicine. It's something I've written about, and it's starting to come to the forefront of our awareness now. Medications are really there to mask symptoms. They don't heal the body. And for as long as we're taking medications, we're kind of on life support. So I'm not to be working with people who want to just take life support. This is about helping the body to heal itself, to optimize the body, optimize hormones, stimulate the body's healing abilities, and all this magic in the body, which it's designed to do. The body does not get sick because of a pharmaceutical drug deficiency. So results you will hear about are not typical for 100% of people. Results will vary dependent on your body type and application of this material. So before I go on, I just want to kind of check in with you and just ask you if this might sound like you. These are questions based on responses from clients I've had and worked with for, 5 years. So do you ever look in the mirror and wonder what has happened as you see a bulging gut and saggy chest staring back at you? Do you find that you have lost enthusiasm for life or even your job and wake up to Groundhog Day each day and hit that sleep button repeatedly before crawling out of bed? Do you secretly worry about being judged by people you meet in social situations as you're presenting yourself in a way that is maybe a lesser version than the real you? Do you wonder where your energy went and why you crash mid-afternoon or go on the couch after a day at work? Do you wonder what your partner thinks when guys younger and fitter are hitting on them? Do you worry that you're letting your kids down because you're so burnt out and exhausted the whole time? Do you see other 40-plus guys who seem fired up, energetic, determined, and who look great and wonder how the hell they do it? Well, final question. Do you feel like maybe you have lost your mojo? What is your mojo? It's a magic charm, talisman, or spell. It's like your magic power. I like to think it as your essence, your swagger, that kind of magic essence that we show up with. Well, the good news about all of this is that none of those are the real problem. There's actually something else that's happening. In fact, all of those are just symptomatic of something. And really, they're indicative that you haven't made these, what I call shifts. So once you make these shifts, you're going to be able to build a body you're truly proud of, become lean and burn unwanted fat near effortlessly and keep it off. You'll be energized and revitalized all day long at work and in social situations, and you'll be on form at night, which will improve your relationship with your partner or the next lucky person you get together with. And you'll be thinking with greater mental clarity and vision, so you can go about your days and weeks with decisiveness, swagger, and drive. You'll also be able to say goodbye to chronic illness. Symptoms is really the word I'm looking for. All those names are symptoms, whether it's a skin condition like eczema or psoriasis or IBS or type 2 or prediabetes, high blood pressure, gout, arthritis. All of those things are symptoms. They're not illnesses, they're symptoms. Maybe chronic pain. And you should be able to throw the meds down the toilet after this, because that's really where they belong. You'll be jumping out of bed every morning, excited for the day ahead. You'll be thriving rather than being in survival. That's how the Western medical system would like us to be. That's how the mainstream would like us to be, in survival. No one's thriving if they're taking medications. And that's why I'm on such a mission to help people, and you'll understand why in just a second. So who am I? Probably a good time to tell you why on earth you should listen to me or give up any more of your time listening to me. So my name is Neil Cannon. I'm a best-selling author, award-winning health and vitality mentor, speaker, and podcast host. Really, that may be relevant. The most important piece here is how I've helped people get results. And since 2015, I've helped people reverse eczema, psoriasis, acne, rosacea, prediabetes and type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, arthritis and gout, migraines and brain fog, excessive body fat, low obesity, low energy and fatigue, low testosterone in men, fibromyalgia, even Parkinson's symptoms in one spectacular case. That was a total fluke, helping someone reverse type 2 diabetes the holistic way, the only way, of course, to reverse anything. So what's enabled me to discover these 5 shifts? I'll give you a very quick background. So I had pretty bad eczema for the best part of 30 years. I was always given the same symptom masking treatments by my doctor. Steroid creams, antibiotics, immunosuppressants, prescription moisturizers, all of these things that just treat the symptoms, never the cause. 30 years, well, in my early 30s, I actually discovered that there's an underlying cause. And I stumbled upon it accidentally when I was researching the condition that my father was diagnosed with before his stroke. A few years prior to his stroke, I was convinced he suffered a stroke unnecessarily. And I went upon this quest to prove myself right, ultimately. And what I found is that there's one underlying condition behind almost every illness and disease. And he could have easily avoided it had his doctor offered him the right advice instead of just prescribing medications. So I'm on a massive mission to help people come off medications or avoid them, and really consider them as life support while you get the body back into a functioning system. So there are 5 shifts you must make in order to defy the aging process and revive your drive. These are shifts that I have discovered in the last 5 years of working with people. And I'm going to be walking you through these shifts right now. So number 1, flip the nocebo. What on earth could I mean by that? Well, interestingly, most people are familiar with the placebo effect. This is when we're taking a medication, or rather a sugar pill. We think it's a medication. We think it's a medicine. There's a big difference, by the way, between medicine and medication. Let's just stick with the word medicine for now. We think it's medicine, and we think that pill is going to get us better because of the power of the belief, the power of thought about that pill doing its job. The body secretes the perfect concoction of chemicals and it heals the body. Very, very powerful. And we need to be giving more attention to this in our modern day, 2020 now. So the nocebo effect works like the placebo effect, but in reverse. If we can think positively and think that something is healing us, like this sugar pill, then by the same token, if we think negatively, and if we think and keep on repeating the same thoughts and emotions every single day, guess what's going to happen? It's called the nocebo effect. It's like the negative version of the placebo effect. So we need to flip that negative thinking, those negative outlooks, those negative identities with labels of symptoms, and start flipping that and identifying with words, high vibrational words, if you like vitality and vibrancy and full health, those kind of things we want to be focusing on to bring the body back into balance. So just like the mind can heal the body when it believes you're taking a pill that heals you, your mind can do the opposite. When you have a thought, that triggers an emotion. And when you trigger an emotion, that triggers a cascade of chemicals and hormones, your own pharmacy of chemicals and hormones in your body. When you think positively, this secretes a different cascade of chemicals to thinking negatively. And we want to be, and it's not just positive thinking, it's more than that. So we want to be flipping that nocebo. We want to be using the placebo effect to work for us. Just an example, this is Mark Rayworth, one of my shining stars. Before Mark started, he was struggling with his weight, low on energy, crashed on the sofa after work. He engaged fully, he went full out into these mindset exercises. And of course, the power of the mind, the mindset is the most important part of this whole puzzle. And he engaged in them and he did them. And well, let's just have a look at the results because they're amazing. I'm not going to read out this whole thing. Basically, burnt 42 pounds of fat. His arthritis disappeared. He could see his lymphatic system expelling all these toxins. His arthritis went, I've already said that. And the plaque on his teeth came off. He highly recommends this program. This is the bit that I love so much. My mindset is different. The way I look at food is different. The quality of my life with my children has greatly improved. For me, it was life-changing and the best thing I've ever done. Now, this all started with a mindset, because if he had not done this, how many people, by the way, do we know who have started a diet program or an exercise regime and just quit within like a month or less than a week? It's because they haven't got the mindset dialed in. We just start doing something that's painful for the mind. So mindset's massive. Flip the nocebo. Number 2, say no to drugs. Legal ones, of course. So this is my meme. Medications mask symptoms, allowing you to survive. Medicine helps you to heal, allowing you to thrive. In the US, about 35 million people take statins. Guess what that does to your testosterone? As you're a man here, you might want to know about this because cholesterol is an essential precursor molecule for the synthesis of sex hormones. So if you're taking a statin, or if you know of anyone taking a statin, one of the major side effects is a decrease in testosterone. And then when you have a decrease in testosterone, you have a decline in energy, you have an increased risk of bone degeneration, things like osteoporosis, chronic illness, chronic fatigue, lack of drive, low libido, and much more. That's what happens when we take statins, which are one of the most pathetic, useless, overprescribed, ineffective medications on the market. By the way, I'm not a doctor, so don't listen to what I'm saying right now. Everything's got to be done in accordance with your doctor's advice. I'd highly encourage you to think about, do your own research around cholesterol and statins, and it'll blow your mind about the corruption in the statin market. So what happens if you choose drugs instead of health? Well, you basically mask symptoms, and it's going on to survival mode. You actually prevent your body from healing, and you end up causing the very thing you want to reverse by taking the medications itself, which is often why symptoms are created for which another drug is prescribed, and then more and more drugs are prescribed as the years go on. Your symptoms first go away, but then 3 years later, you go back to the doctor and you say, I've got a new symptom, so give me another drug. And then 3 years later, you go back and say, thanks for that, but I've got another symptom, give me another drug. And then you end up being a cocktail of medications. Every time you take a medication, it's destroying your mojo, your swagger, everything about you, the essence, because there's not a single drug on the market that doesn't come with side effects. So that's the conventional way of doing things. I don't think it's the smartest way of doing things, and I'm really glad you're here to let me show you the light. Your body does not get sick because of a pharmaceutical drug deficiency. Get to the cause of your symptoms and start to think of illnesses as symptoms, no more than symptoms. That's it. There is always at least one cause. Here's an example: arthritis. This is from PubMed. Arthritis is derived from the Greek term disease of the joints. It is defined as an acute or chronic joint inflammation that often coexists with pain and structural damage. Arthritis describes a set of symptoms that include pain, stiffness, and joint deformities subsequent to an inflammatory process. So, this is Harris, who said no to drugs, and he was 71 when we started working together. He had arthritis. I can honestly say this is the best I've felt in years. I recently had my blood work done, and my doctor could not believe the difference. I've lost 15 pounds, I sleep great, I have lots of energy, and I no longer take over-the-counter medications. I no longer suffer from arthritis in my ankles. By changing my diet, I rarely get headaches now. I'm very happy with the results, and I have referred several friends to him, meaning me. So this is a very conscious 70-year-old, someone who's fully aware of the drug market, and he didn't want to be another statistic taking all these medications. He didn't want to be like paying pharmaceutical companies to stay alive, and he had some amazing results. So this is all available for you. So yeah, arthritis is a symptom of chronic inflammation, and something must cause the inflammation. It is not simply genetic. Number 3, this is the secret weapon. Don't shoot the messenger. What am I talking about? Well, here goes. If you have any kind of symptom, all it is a messenger from the body indicating that change is necessary. That's it. For me, that was 30 years worth of eczema. My body was saying to me, Neil, stop doing this or change something. But instead, I just kept on masking the symptoms with creams and antibiotics and all of the standard mainstream BS. And it wasn't until I understood that everything has an underlying cause, a condition, if you like. And when you get to the inflammatory root cause, this is the magic. So get to the cause. What you can see here is a little graphic, and it's got chronic inflammation. This is the underlying condition behind just about every common illness and chronic disease known to man. So cardiovascular disease, bone, muscular, skeletal diseases, chronic inflammatory diseases, neurological disorders, diabetic complications, metabolic disorder complications. Most forms of cancer start with chronic inflammation. Cancer is a chronic inflammatory disease. It's all a result of the same stuff. So we have an immense amount of power to get to the underlying cause so we can avoid or reverse all of these conditions. So This is not what you hear in Western medicine. We hear it's genetic. This cannot be farther from the truth. So don't shoot the messenger. The messenger is a really, really friendly, lovely, amazing, beautiful person. It's not a person at all. It's a messenger. So we have been told to basically shoot the messenger. When you shoot the messenger, you're taking drugs. So it's ignoring the body's immense intelligence and communications to take action ultimately. And the people who I interview, by the way, on my podcast, I interview people who reverse chronic illness. I interview people who reverse quote unquote incurable illnesses according to Western medicine. When Western medicine said there is no cure, all doctors mean is drugs or surgery will not cure X. It's just one method of learning, yet we've been programmed to think that is everything. And one of the biggest messages I have to put out there in the world is it is just one method of learning. And I've interviewed lots of people who have reversed all of these incurable illnesses. We just need to turn off the media, turn off the doctors, and do our own research and get educated, because the body is so much better than we have ever been allowed to believe. So the old way, shoot the messenger, go on different diets and yo-yo for years, even decades, like me, the 3 decades. Run for miles every day, exhausting your body, lift weights in an arbitrary fashion, count calories and choose low-fat diets. These are harmful to your brain and testosterone. Watch the news and believe what you see and read in the media. I can't remember seeing one remotely useful piece of information about health in the media for 7 years. Go to the doctor when you get sick, take drugs, get more sick, go back to the doctor to get more drug, be on a cocktail of medications until the day you die and destroy your essence, your swagger, your vibrancy, your mojo. So that is all the old way. Does it sound familiar? Yeah. So here's the new way. The new way is listen to the messenger. What is the messenger trying to say? Because behind every symptom is a cause, and there is always some form of toxin and some form of trauma behind every symptom. Welcome to discovering the physical, mental, and emotional pillars of vitality to revive your drive. I just want to point out this diagram here, because we have the causes at the bottom and we have the problem in the middle, then we have the symptoms on the top. These symptoms are the branches of the trees. So here's how it goes. This is the new way. When we listen to the messenger, we get a symptom. Let's say it's low energy or arthritis or a skin challenge. You listen to the messenger and say, what is out of balance? Where is toxicity coming from? And then you get to the root cause. You problem solve, you reverse engineer. You're a man watching this. We like problem solving, right? We like to solve challenges. And this is what I do ultimately. I work with people to problem solve and figure out what is causing the body to go out of balance. So you go on a bit of an exploratory journey. And then what do? You get to the cause, and then you have vitality because you reverse the root cause. You then become symptom-free, pain-free, and then you can revive your drive and viva vitality. My own story, I had 30 years worth of eczema. There's an Einstein saying that says, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results is the first sign of insanity. I believe that was Einstein. Or expecting different results could be the first sign of insanity. Basically, I was going nuts. And it wasn't until I was 30 that I kind of stumbled upon not only the underlying cause of eczema, but also the underlying cause of the corruption in Western medicine, which I'm not going to talk about now. And that could trigger a few people, but I invite you to have a look at it. So 30 years of steroids, immunosuppressants, prescription moisturizers, antibiotics, until I stumbled upon its underlying cause. I used to think it was quote unquote genetic. So when you get to the cause and change the environment in your body, and this is what I did, I became eczema free. So number 4, take care of your environment. Environment. I want to talk about environment here because it's really, 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 really important. Number 4 is so important because we now know with the science of epigenetics, which I mentioned earlier, that it's the environment in the body that signals the health of our cells. Let me say that again. It's the environment in the body that signals our genes. We used to think, oh, I've got the gene for eczema, or I've got the gene for diabetes, or I've got the gene for cancer. We now know that it's the environment in the body that signals those genes. Those genes are like the blueprint. we're born with them. And the environment is what it determines whether a gene is expressed or not. Epi means above. Epigenetics means above. Epi means above the gene. So it can be regarded like this. Epigenetics is the software and your genes are the hardware. So when you change the software, you can change how the hardware is expressed. And this is true for at least 95% of all illness and dis-ease. Only less than 5% of the population, people are born with what is termed a defective gene, or genes which are fully penetrant. What this means is people in that tiny proportion of the population are born with a gene which might not be affected by the environment in the body, and it might get triggered irrespective of the environment in the body. So this puts us back into the driving seat, gentlemen, because we can actually reverse 95% of all illness and disease. How amazing is that? The body is a frigging powerful self-healing machine. So take care of your environment. Jai was very overweight and was suffering from a lot of pain. He was always on painkillers. We strive to balance the environment in his body. He burnt through 40 pounds of fat. His pain went away. No more medications. Energy skyrocketed. Look at the picture on the left-hand side. So he lost 3 stone, which is about 42 pounds. And he didn't take painkillers anymore. He said, I feel amazing. People remind me of how good I'm starting to look, and that blows me away. I didn't think I'd ever get the compliments I'm getting right now. I'm far from the finishing line, but I thought it was mission impossible. Thank you, Neil. Seriously, you've done a lot for me, and I'll be forever grateful. So this is really cool stuff, right? This is when you change the environment, which is not just food, it's not just moving, it's not just managing stress, it's our thoughts, it's our emotions, and it's alleviating the body of stored trauma. So take care of the environment. If you don't consciously create a harmonious environment, you might create an environment which is the opposite of a healing environment. And something serious might happen completely, quote unquote, out of the blue. How many times do we hear of people who go, I've just been diagnosed with X, I didn't see it coming? There's normally some kind of warning, or we can actually take blood tests now which determine levels of inflammation in the body. If everyone were to get a high sensitivity C-reactive protein test done every 6 months, you've got the warnings there. There's lots of ways the body is trying to communicate. Even if your body has no symptoms leading up to something, we can take blood tests. So change your internal environment, change your life. Oh, number 5, invest in mentoring. So mentoring brings 2 things, new ideas and accountability. So by now, I expect you've learned a few new things, right? And what I've learned is you can get new ideas. And by the way, I can speak on this level for my own personal challenges with running a business, believe it or not. And well, I don't know why I say believe it or not, running a business. So it wasn't until I hired a coach that my results started to go way, I want to say through the roof. I almost did, but they changed dramatically when I hired a coach. Even though I had all of the information on me to hand, and I've read a gazillion books, done a gazillion marketing courses, it wasn't until I hired a coach that things started to change for me. So, and this is what I found with the clients that I work with. Some people know what they need to be doing to a degree anyway, but it's not until they make the decision and they hire a mentor, whether it's me or someone else, I'd encourage me, of course, and it's not until they made the decision that they actually commit and get the results. So here's how it works. Mindset. This is about beliefs about what you think is possible or know is possible, and your vision. And it's about skills. So I'm going to be teaching you a lot of stuff, or the mentor will be teaching you lots of stuff and skills and processes, and figuring out a way to help you implement them into your life so you get the results. So what you get to do, action steps and processes, and then of course you have the outcome. So your health and your vitality and your happiness. So when you invest in mentoring, you basically accelerate your results, and it's kind of buying time. I see it as buying time. Imagine you just continue to say, I don't know, gather information for a few more years. You might be suffering from, I don't know, a name of a symptom. Let's say 2 years down the line, you still have that symptom. That's 2 years of your life where you're less than your full version of you. that impacts every single area of your life, your social life, your personal life, your sex life, your work life. Everything gets affected if the body is not in an optimum state. So a lot of people might just kind of let it go for years and years and years, but then we can't ever replace time, ever. We can replace money, can't replace time. So investing in your health is investing in time on this planet. And I love what I do, because raving clients and their results and how happy they are to be investing in themselves is, well, for me, amazing and very fulfilling. So today I promised how to eliminate fatigue and avoid the 3 p.m. slump without getting jacked up on coffee or toxic stimulants. I promised you how to burn fat, build muscle, and get that lean, athletic body without spending hours in the gym or following crazy diet plans. How to reverse chronic illness like arthritis, a skin condition, or type 2 diabetes, even if you think it's quote unquote, it's genetic. Today I promised how to soothe your creaking knees and pain and get your reverse back pain 100% naturally. How to generate all day energy and laser focus so you finally have the drive to get the respect and recognition you deserve at work, or if you're a creative or entrepreneur, how to get the best out of your life and live on purpose. How to improve your libido and get your drive and passion back without resorting to little blue pills. And a step-by-step strategy to reverse chronic illness, become pain-free, stay young, and get your mojo back. So what do you need to win? Here's a recap. You need to flip the nocebo. Remember the effect of the placebo effect. Most people are living unconsciously with a nocebo effect every single day. You need to flip that on its head. Number 2, say no to drugs, unless it's an emergency. Of course, Western medicine has its place and it's amazing, gets us out of trouble, can save lives. But we want to understand when they're good and when they're not. 3, the secret weapon, don't shoot the messenger. So we need to get to the cause. That's what we really want to be doing. Get to the cause. 4, change your internal environment. 5, invest in a mentor. So these 5 shifts are enough to propel you to the body you're proud of, to be illness-free and medication-free and mojo maximized. So this is recapping everything that we've done in this last 40 odd minutes. And now I want to share with you that you do have a choice. So here's the choice. Here's the way I see it. You can take what I've learned, or rather what I've taught in the last 40 minutes, and you can go and do this alone. And some people, it might work for them. It might take a little longer than how I work with people, which is typically over 8 weeks. But you can do it alone. And what might happen is you'll come back in a couple of years, or, this literally about 2 weeks ago, someone messaged me and he said, okay, I'm ready now. And it was 2 years later. So he's actually had, his symptom was eczema, or is eczema. And he's now ready. But why wait? Why not help yourself and invest in a little bit of guidance and support and everything that comes with mentoring? So I'd like to put the offer out there and offer you the chance to book a strategy call with me, because I've set aside some time for the next 48 hours so we can speak on the phone and we can actually work out a game plan. So you could take these principles and apply them into your own life. Whatever your challenges are, I've seen many and I can help you break through them. I can't say I've seen every challenge because that would be a ridiculous claim, but I have seen a lot, and most of it starts in the mind. I've been very fortunate to have spent over about 10,000 on psychology training and emotional intelligence training, and helping people really push past their limiting beliefs, because I've had to do it myself. So go to the link that's probably going to show up any second now, and book yourself a strategy call, and we can talk for 45 minutes and you'll have a much better plan going forward. Oh, by the way, this is totally free, but please only do it if you're really serious about doing this. Just like you, my time is valuable, your time is valuable. And if you do go ahead and book the strategy call, please turn up, and please just take a few moments to fill out the form, because it just helps me learn a little bit more about you and whether or not we'd be a good fit. So go to, if you're a man around 40 plus who is fed up with the mainstream approach to health, in your heart there's a better way. Who is this for? is what I meant to say. You're ready to take your health and body to a whole new level of vitality. And you're excited to go on an exploratory journey of discovering and problem solving to reveal what is holding you back and break through your old patterns. Finally, the words energy, frequency, and vibration don't weird you out. I'm being quite selective now with who I work with, and it just makes my job so much easier and their results easier if we are aligned on certain things. And you know what? This is a really fun part of the entire process, understanding us as vibrational beings, understanding us as energy beings, understanding that we are just energy, and that thoughts and emotions are all energy. They all have a frequency, and we can tap into this power, understanding that we're all connected, interconnected, all of this stuff. And this is how people are having amazing, amazing results. So I'd like you to be already familiar with the word energy, frequency, and vibration. Einstein said, Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So if you're ready to roll with this, I can help you. Why am I doing this? I love to give back, and you'll receive value on the call no matter what happens next. And I also know that you may want my help in transforming your health and body. If we're a good fit, then great. If not, that's totally fine too. So go to vitalitysecret.com/vitalman, that's VITALMAN, and book your session there. Spaces are limited. There's only one of me. So book now, and I look forward to speaking with you. So it's vitalitysecret.com/vitalman. Thank you everyone for being here. I'll leave that there for a few seconds and see if anyone has any questions.